figure. And it's the same for women. Most women go into relationship with daddy issue. Maybe daddy wasn't there, daddy didn't provide a lot, daddy wasn't that protective in that relationship. So they go into relationship expecting the man to be there all the time to carry them whenever they have issues. So often, before we can see the relationship, also we have to study individually what they come in with, the baggages. Hi, I'm Becky. Welcome to No Excuse Talk. Today I'm here with the lovely Lucy from South Africa. Hi, Lucy.
Hi, Becky. How are you?
Good, thank you. And you?
I'm well, thank you.
Are you ready for today?
I think I'm ready. So let's see how it goes.
Hey, we got amazing message, and just to inspire you if you're watching and just to learn something. So today we always talk and think about what's best to bring out to our people, anyone watching, what is the best information to bring out. And we feel like as African, often we don't communicate a lot, we don't know each other. And also we came to the conclusion that maybe because there's lack of psychologists in our community, there's lack of psychologists and philosophers to actually study Black people, to actually understand the behavior of Black people, to understand us Black people as people. Because often we Africans, it's easy to criticize others, say, well, just be yourself. But how can you be yourself when you don't know yourself? And to know yourself, you need psychologists in a society, in the community, to actually study people, to know who we are, how we behave, what's our strength, what's our weakness, and what makes us us. So today we thought, why not bring this message across? And what do you feel, Lucy?
No, I think this is going to be like an interesting topic, to discuss. We do have like psychologists, but we don't really have like, people who are dealing with Black psychology, right? Because mostly it's more like we're using wrong techniques, like to solve, Black issues, it's like we're using white techniques to solve Black issues, and to be honest, like there's no way out we'll be able to resolve to resolve our issue if we don't know the root of our issue. So you can't use the white technique to solve, Black issue, because with us it all starts, there's a root of it, so using the white technique, it's more like being ignorant, like, you know what, you just want to find a shortcut, but you're not really dealing with the root of, the whole issue. Because I mean, if I can just give an example, I'm going to talk about, let's just say, young people dating or young people getting married, like young Black couples, right? If you can look at it, I mean, back in the days, young women were told that you need to like stick around, like no matter what, you understand? Like no matter what, when you get married, when you're dating, whether the guy is like doing whatever he feels like and all that and all that. And you find out that when these people get married, now those issues now, they're starting to escalate and escalate. And remember what you've been told as a young person, as a young woman, you need to stick around no matter what, right? So if you have to go to, counseling or something like that, the technique that you're going to be given there, it's more like a shortcut, because the person who's giving you that kind of like technique to solve your marriage issue, whatever, is not a person who understand, or rather who have studied you as a Black person, that, you know what, to start with, for you to find yourself here, for you to find yourself under a lot of depression, under a lot of, or maybe going through this toxic relationship, is because you were taught that it's okay to stick around when a man is misbehaving, right? You were not taught to stand up for yourself and, to say, you know what, enough is enough. This I can tolerate and this I can't tolerate. You understand? You need to, for you to be a decent woman, married woman, or a lady dating, you just need to be quiet and not express much of what you have in your head, or rather to say, you know, boy, it's over. I can't take this. You don't communicate. You don't show me love, this and that. But it's kind of like we still stuck to what we have been told ever since we were young. So it won't be easy for someone just to come and say you need to love each other. You understand?
Yeah.
It's not easy, because to start with, even the man wasn't told to love a woman. He was only told to be protective, and rather also maybe to I need a word for it, you know, to take care of the family. But he wasn't told on how to love a woman. You understand? So now it's like you're trying to solve an issue, whereas you're not touching the root of it. So he still won't understand what is it that I'm doing wrong? Because for me, I feel like what I'm doing is love. You understand? Whereas things are changing now, you know. I mean, women need to be loved differently. That was just okay, because women were just like taught to be, you know, a wife, look after your wife, your husband and your kids, and that's it. They didn't maybe know what love was, right? So for them, they were just okay back then. But now we know what love is, you know. We know how we want to be loved, but you still have that thing in you that you're taught that you don't have to be all chatty. You need to relax and let the men rule or run or whatever. You just need to be submissive. But how do you submit under someone who doesn't even know who he is, or who doesn't even know who doesn't even know how to love you as a wife or as a girlfriend? So these are some of the things that we can really look at when you talk about Black, you know, technique, Black psychology and white psychology, because most of the issues that we have, they need to be resolved from the root before anything else.
Yeah, and that's so true, because I was even thinking about this week, and I come to realize that often Black relationship, like Black man and Black women together, the relationship, although we might see them together happy or not happy, often there are some underlying issue that the woman is bringing to the relationship and the man is bringing to the relationship as well. You see, sometimes I always say, like, Black men sometimes come in a relationship with mommy issue, because they are raised by a single mother most of the time. The single mother is the one working, doing everything, and they expect their wife, their mom, to go to work while they stay home, and the wife to provide, to make sure that they buy them everything that they want, because mommy used to do that for them. So now they want their wife or girlfriend to be that mom figure. And it's the same for women. Most of us, most women go into relationship with daddy issue. Maybe daddy wasn't there, daddy didn't provide a lot, daddy wasn't that protective in that relationship. So they go into relationship expecting the man to be there all the time to carry them whenever they have issues. So often, before we can see the relationship, also we have to study individually what they come in with, the baggage, isn't it?
No, that's so true. I think we'll even have this as a discussion for another day, to be honest. I think this is something that I feel like we need to talk a lot more about this, not just one episode, to be honest. I think there's a lot to share in this kind of, like, you know, issue, to be honest, because I feel like we're not gonna know love. We won't, like, experience love or know love until these issues are resolved, you know. We're all just going to point fingers, like, the man is like this, the woman is like this, women, you know, we're just going to continue pointing fingers instead of looking at the issue that we have as, like, Black young couples or Black lovers or whatsoever, because things are changing now, you know. We can't just choose what we feel like, yeah, this one can change, and the other one, no, it shouldn't change, you know. we're not trying to copy anyone, but is it even like healthy for us? You understand?
Yeah.
Things that we've been taught back in the days, is it even still healthy for us now? No, it's not. You understand? The whole woman going to a man as a baggage and also a man going to a woman as a baggage, is it even healthy? No, it's not healthy. So it's not working now. So we need to look at how we used to do things in the olden days and how the world is changing now. And we need to like fit in, you know, as Black people. Like, let's say it's our own world. We're not trying to copy anyone, but we still have a long way to go as Black people, and it needs to start now.
Of course. And also, like you just said, we need to look at the old ways, see what was good in the old ways, what it used to work in the old ways, what we can improve on the old ways, and then get rid of the bad things from the old ways and actually improve. That's the purpose of growing, because not all Asian relationship was that bad. Although there was polygamy, or our grandparents used to have 3-4 wives, but still there was a system. They were still able to provide for all the children. But now we see Black men give birth to a child and feel like, why should I stick around and raise this child? It's not my business.
Wow. I feel like we should just stop and have another topic for another day. Like, there's a lot to talk about here. Like, there's serious issues to talk about here. Let's make this one part one, man. Like, to be honest, like, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm like boiling. I just want to say a lot of things.
Just go.
Can we make part one?
We meet it again next week as well. Like, let's do about 10 more minutes, just to do about 20 minutes, and then get what you need to get out of your chest, and then we just do for another time. We can always do it, you know.
Okay, let's take a break. Let's take a break from where we are. We're gonna make this our part one, but we're gonna continue recording.
Yeah, I will cut this part out.
Yeah,
I'll cut this part
yeah,
out.
you can cut this one, or it will be more like Black psychology part one. Then we're gonna continue.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So you're still happy to go ahead? Like,
yeah, I'm still happy to go ahead. So what I wanted us to, I was thinking maybe we can cut this one off, right? Let's have a little discussion off like thingy. Then we're gonna continue.
Okay. So I just no. Let's keep going. So say what you want to say. I can always cut it when I'm editing. I will just cut this part off. Okay.
What is it that I want to say? I felt like maybe we can have like a part under, like maybe a sort of topic that we can just focus on, because there's like lots of issues under Black psychology. That's why I wanted. That's what I was thinking. Let's cut this one. Make it, obviously it's going to be a thingy, an episode, right? It's not like we're cutting it off to reject it. It's going to be an episode, but it will be more of like introducing Black psychology, the issues that we have, like, you know, Black psychology. Yeah, then we can have like, yeah.
I will just do that as an intro, and then you just want to talk about the over general, right?
Yeah. Okay, great. So I guess maybe we can talk about let's talk about relationships, because the reason why I was saying this is because this is really going straight to relationship issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, understand. So
you happy to do relationship?
Yes, I'm happy to do relationship, because I wanted us, maybe this one will be more of like, it can be an intro, or we can just say part one, then the part two, it will be under subtitle of relationship, right? If we have, because there will be different issues under Black psychology, right? Because each topic, I feel like there's a lot that we can really share.
All right, I understand. Okay, so okay, I'm just gonna do the intro, and then you talk a bit. Okay.
Yeah, the one we did, it's still fine. So maybe now we can just say, yeah, the one we've already done it's already fine, right? We have discussed, we've touched like different parts of it, but now we can just do like focusing on just what you're saying. It's more like we are on the same page. We're talking about relationships, right? So let's just focus on one episode, just relationship. Then we're gonna look at the other one. Will it still be relationship? Will it still be something else? Yeah, but under Black psychology.
Okay, so are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
I'm just gonna do like a bit of intro that we're gonna use for this video, and then we'll talk about the relationship. Okay. All right. Okay.
Yes. Why don't you then you start again nicely?
Yeah, I'm just gonna restart again.
Yes.
Okay. Hi everyone, welcome to No Excuse Talk. I'm Becky. I'm here with lovely Lucy from South Africa. Hi Lucy. Hi Lucy.
Hi. Hi Becky. Hi Becky. Hi everyone. Hi everyone. So yes, we're here and today we just wanna discuss more about like Black psychology, and under the Black psychology we want to discuss Black relationships, right? I mean, the issues that we go through, as Black young couple, and, do we really know how to love each other? Because I feel like it's very, very important to us as like young people, young Black people. I think, the elders have really succeeded because they didn't know they didn't have other options or alternatives. Like for them, it was okay the way it was. But for us now, I feel like, there's a lot of like struggle for us as, this generation. Like there's lots of struggles when it comes to how do we love each other? How do we commit? How do we take care of each other? It's so, so, so difficult, to be honest.
Yeah.
What do you think? Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. And like you said, like African psychology is a vast thing. It's so much big and so much deep. Like there's so many topics that we're gonna talk about. And this is just the beginning. It's gonna be the part one, but then we're gonna do other topics, and it's still all centered around psychology. And the purpose of psychology is really what we want to do is actually understand the root of the issues. It's not just about sitting here and talking about it or sugarcoating stuff. It's actually understanding why is it that some relationship don't work? Why is it that as African we don't come together? Why is it that certain behavior or pathologies occur more in Black community and in Black families? So this is what we want to bring across. This is what Lucy and I want to bring to people to understand that, hold on, although we talk about psychology, so far we learned only Western psychology. We only know white people's psychology, how white people think, behave, and act. But we as Africans, we are not the same. The psychology should be separated. It should be distinct psychology for Black people, because we Black people think and act and behave different. That's why it does impact. Yeah, that's why it impacts our relationship, how our nation is run, how people do and what people don't do. So that's what we want to bring across, and what we hope you watching get to understand what we're doing here and what's our mission.
Yeah. No, that is so true, because I believe, like, to start with, I mean, it has been white psychology because they had to look at what suits them. You understand what really suits, their lifestyle and all that and all that. It's just that we were like just featured in, and instead of us looking at what really suits us as Black people, we didn't really get to do that. We just like, fit in, and we're trying to use other people's techniques instead of like using our own technique that's going to work for us, like looking at the root of issues, because with us it has a lot to do with what you've been told, like back in the days, what our mothers have been told, what our dads have been told, and all that. Like now it's like it's carrying, we like carrying over to the next and next generation. But is that really working for us? It's not really working for us, because we jinxing things. On the other side, we on the white part. On the other side, we just jinxing things. So, but we need to find a proper way to deal with our issues, because right now we don't even know when it comes to relationships, to be honest, we don't really know what works for us as Black people. We do not know what works for us as Black people. Maybe also because the time is like moving, you know, a lot is happening, the world is changing. That's why we have so much confusion, you know. Because often I always like maybe talk to guys like, do you enjoy being in a relationship with a white lady or a Black woman? And sometimes not even that, but usually men will say, yeah. I mean, I've learned a lot by dating a white woman, because a white woman is like very independent. They like meeting men halfway. They like very supportive, very open to talk about, you know, their finances and all that, right?
Yeah.
But do we really need to run away? And not to say that to have someone from a different race is a problem. You should do that out of love, right? But not to avoid the issues that Black people have, because you're still Black to start with, right? So you're going to avoid someone Black because you feel like this person is really going to come with all those, with the baggage and all that. I mean, do we really need to run to other races to date, or rather we need to use the same technique, maybe that you feel you know, we can always use, you know, different things that can help us, because we're still trying to find ourselves, what's really going to work for us, you know. If it's all about, if it's financial issues, to be honest, we struggle talking about this. This topic is so difficult for Black people, especially when you're dating. No one knows who's earning what, where you're going, what's in your bank. We don't have that because we do not trust each other.
Yeah.
Like, yes, I've had this kind of discussion with a friend, you know, but most people will say, I don't want to disclose my finances on my girlfriend because what if she runs away? So you see, already there's an issue. So you rather be fake and attract someone instead of just being yourself and look at the issue before maybe you can even think of like getting married at the end of the day.
Yeah. Yeah. That's so true. That is so true.
Yeah, so we don't really know.
We don't
Yeah,
know.
you can continue.
Yeah. And sometimes I personally feel really sad when we stand back and judge certain relationship, because I feel like, if it's personally speaking, I wasn't prepared, or I wasn't taught how to behave in a relationship, you know, because from a young age in African family, I don't know about South Africa, but especially in Ghana, you cannot date. They don't allow you to date when you are teenagers, 17, you're not allowed to date, right? So if we have to hide to date a guy.
Same. Yeah.
So when we are,
sure you're gonna be pregnant. Yeah.
oh my God, preach.
And if they find out that you're dating, you're going to be pregnant. It's like somehow you're just going to get married, but you don't have to learn the stages of dating. How do you date a person? How does it work? And yeah, that's so true. What you're saying is so true. We're not taught how to date. Maybe because they didn't know what to date. They were just like prepared for marriage right away. You're 20, here's your man.
Yeah. All of this, imagine now you compare a Black woman compared to a white woman, that white girls from teenager, 15 years old, they already have boyfriends. It's not that they're having sex. They just have a boyfriend, a companion, someone that you go out maybe to the for a walk, holding hands, so that that woman is preparing to know what she wants in a relationship. Her confidence is growing. So now if you compare a white woman compared to a Black woman, of course, a Black man gonna say, well, white woman is more supportive. White women understand me. White women meet me halfway. Why Black women, we come with a straight from home to the boyfriend. We don't know who we are first, how to understand what we want in a relationship. And now we are dating a guy and we expect the guy to do everything that we even don't know what we want. And like speaking from experience, I used to be like that because I didn't know what I wanted in a relationship. I didn't even know myself.
And you don't even know how it looks like, how it should be like when one is in is it money? I mean, is it us getting to know each other? Is it us growing up like older together? Is it us supporting each other? We don't know. We do not know.
No. So again, as we want to bring across the psychology behind this, because we come from a close culture. Our culture has always been so close with the fear like you're gonna get pregnant, don't date. Now we women
and you get and usually that's why young people get pregnant, because they were told, you were like warned before you even get inside, that the sex, like they introduce sex before anything else, that okay, when you're dating, that's like your friend, that's someone maybe when you're old enough you'd want to get married to, and this and that. There's no such. First thing first, you're going to get pregnant, so already you know, oh, okay, so the sex before anything.
Yeah. And then now, often you see Black people in relationship and they keep making babies because babies will make relationship. But those people, like, baby aside, man and woman, they don't come together. They don't communicate. They don't love each other. They don't spend time aside just for themselves, because it's all about make babies, 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 babies. And babies have become a baggage in a relationship.
People also make babies just to keep a man, because they don't know how to keep a man without even have to go all out and being out of your comfort zone and changing who you are as a woman. You understand? They don't know that, because to start with, you wouldn't know if you don't even feel loved, and also if you don't even know what you want. Because if you loved, you feel, I mean, what I have, I think it's enough, you know.
Yeah.
So if you don't feel that, you just want something else that will show, you know what, yeah, we are together, we are a couple. You understand? Maybe give me more money to show that you're my boyfriend, you know. Give me a baby, maybe we're gonna have this thing. Maybe the baby will be more like a bond, whatever. The baby will keep us together. We'll know that you're my baby daddy and I'm your baby mama. And at least that's when we'll say, yeah, finally, officially, we're a couple.
Yeah.
Because, yeah.
It's I mean, we're laughing because we don't want to cry, but it's sad. Like, literally, it's sad.
It's really sad. It is sad, to be honest.
Sad, you know, like.
It is. Because we're carrying that with us, you know. The more we're growing and growing, we still have that in us. We don't know what we want in a relationship. We don't know how a relationship should really look like, you understand? And it's very difficult, like, for you to just up and tell your partner, now, let's do things in this way, you know? And we're like, what are you on about? Like, why should we change our ways? Like, what's wrong with you? If there's someone out there you already have an eye on, you better go there, because it's more like it's too late to talk about it when you're old. You know, you just want to continue on your comfort and not having like to try and make things more and more difficult for yourself. So sometimes people just keep quiet because they feel like, you know what, I'm in a relationship and I think, you know what, it's so difficult to be in a relationship. So let me just leave it the way it is. I don't want to complicate issues, because I've really seen a lot of women being like that, you know, just to say, I don't want to complicate things. But are you happy? No, but you know how relationships are.
No, it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be. You should be happy. You should. I think if one thing I've learned, and for future relationship, for me is like my happiness first. Meaning, like, if I am happy, not that I'm gonna be a selfish person, but if you are happy and you bring that best of you out, your partner is gonna get that vibe from you. Like, oh, this woman is independent. This woman can be happy on her own. Then he also gonna bring the best of themselves out. So we women, we especially African women, we should learn to actually know ourselves first, know what we want first before we go in a relationship. Don't go in a relationship expecting the bad.
Go back to how to date and what's the purpose of dating. Maybe we need to start there. Because it's still difficult even today. People are just jumping stages. I know, you know, we're just jumping stages maybe to marriage, but we didn't really know why we were like, you know, dating to start with, you know. That's why there's like whole lot of, I'm going to share other story, like, you know, this other touching story, especially with what is happening in South Africa and all that. I'd really want to like share that, because you know what, people don't know what is to date and all that. That's why most people are even unable to control their emotions. There's too much anger, there's too much bitterness, you know, because to start with, people don't understand dating, it could lead to marriage or it could just be seasonal, you know. As long as you bring the best out of it, you enjoy it. That's the whole point. It's not to suffer for 38 years and you say we've been together for a very long time. That's something that is like really, really killing us as Black people right now, especially women, you know. It's not about sticking around for 100 years just to count years to say, I've been with this person for a very, but how many times have you really enjoyed your relationship?
Yeah, that's true.
Is it 50% time of you being happy, or is 10% time with you being happy and you've been in a relationship for 30 years? Is that you just want to count? Because a lot of people are comfortable just by counting years, that, we're on the 10th year, but are you even happy? What have you achieved together as a couple? Because that's something that we should really look at. What have you achieved in these 10 years? What are you doing together? What's your story? You know?
Yeah. That is so true. Yeah. So I think today we cover overall topic about relationship, the psychology behind why is it that Black relationships sometimes don't work, or the toxic relationship that we all witness, or we have a family member that is in a relationship that they're not happy, or they're just miserable, or they don't even know why they're in a relationship. So I feel like we always say, it's just about as individual, just learn to change yourself, learn to be the best version of yourself, learn to find your own independence, meaning like grow independently, like be willing to change your behavior, be willing to be the best version of yourself. And then when you go in a relationship, that's going to actually improve people's life.
True. No, that's so true. I mean, let's find who we are, what do we really want, and all that. I mean, if there's more that we can still share, we can share, you know. Maybe it can help one or two people out there, because I feel like I have a lot, but I'm just gonna stop right now because I want to overshare for one day, you know. So I think we'll save it for the other day.
Yeah, we're gonna do other videos, and you know, when Lucy and Becky are together, it's just bringing awareness, going straight to the point, no excuse, like no excuse, literally.
Yeah, saying it as it is, no sugarcoating.
No way. So thank you everyone for watching, and make sure you leave your comments, share, like, subscribe, get in touch. We're gonna leave our links below, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.
Cheers, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Let's see if I'll turn up.